What would it take for a nation to rise up against its rulers and claim independence? In 1640, Portugal answered this question by declaring its independence from Spain, sparking a 28-year war that would test the country's resolve and resilience. The roots of the conflict lay in the death of Philip II of Portugal, III of Spain, in 1621, who was succeeded by his son Philip III of Portugal, IV of Spain. The new king's approach to Portuguese concerns was met with resistance from the Portuguese merchants, nobility, and people, who felt their rights and interests were being neglected. The situation escalated when Spain became entangled in the 80 Years' War, dragging Portugal into a conflict that would drain its resources and distract from its own colonial ambitions. In response, a group of conspirators, led by Antão Vaz de Almeida, Miguel de Almeida, and João Pinto Ribeiro, plotted a revolution that would overthrow the Spanish-backed government and install a new Portuguese monarch. The plotters, known as the 40 Conspirators, killed the Secretary of State and imprisoned the king's cousin, Margaret of Savoy, paving the way for John, 8th Duke of Braganza, to accept the throne as King John IV of Portugal. The ensuing conflict with Spain would last for nearly 3 decades, during which time Portugal fought to maintain its independence and sovereignty. The war was marked by periods of intense fighting, punctuated by moments of relative calm, as both sides sought to gain the upper hand. The Portuguese people rallied behind their new king, who worked tirelessly to strengthen the country's military and diplomatic position. Throughout the war, Portugal sought alliances with other European powers, including France and England, to bolster its defenses and counterbalance Spanish aggression. The country also invested heavily in its colonial empire, particularly in Brazil and Angola, which became vital sources of revenue and influence. Despite facing overwhelming odds, the Portuguese people persevered, driven by their desire for independence and self-determination. The war finally came to an end in 1668, when Spain recognized Portugal's sovereignty in the Treaty of Lisbon. The treaty marked a major turning point in Portuguese history, as the country finally secured its independence and began to forge its own path in the world. The Portuguese Restoration War was a triumph of the human spirit, a testament to the power of resistance and determination. It showed that even in the darkest of times, a nation could come together to fight for its freedom and shape its own destiny.